Ever wonder why some weeks during the month you feel your best and strongest, but other weeks you feel like you just can't push through? That's normal. It's called being a female and having fluctuating hormones. Today, I'm going to show you how to use your menstrual cycle in order to optimize your training and nutrition to get the best results. If you're new here, I'm Alexis from FlexisFitness.com. Flexis Fitness is a community of women who believe that fitness isn't only about looking in shape, but it's about being in great shape, which is why we use science to get the most out of our workouts. That being said, I'm so excited to show you today how to eat and train according to your menstrual cycle so that you get the most out of your workouts regardless of the week. Before we get into how to eat and train according to your menstrual cycle, it's important to first understand what's going on in your body throughout the month. So there are many hormones that get triggered throughout the month at different points, but today we're going to be talking about 3 specifically. So we have estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. And there are 2 phases in your menstrual cycle. So there's phase 1, which is called your follicular phase, and this lasts the first 2 weeks. And then you have phase 2, which is known as the luteal phase, which is the final 2 weeks. And in between, you have ovulation, which marks your mid-cycle. So day 1 of your menstrual cycle is your period. So this is when all 3 hormones, as you can see here, are at their lowest levels, and your uterine lining sheds as a result of not being pregnant. As you can see here, during your follicular phase, your estrogen levels are at their highest point. So estrogen is a feel-good hormone. So this is why during the first half of the month, you feel more energetic, motivated, your confidence is higher, and you're even more likely to take more risks and learn new skills quicker. So this is a good time of the month. Then after this surge in estrogen here, you ovulate. So it's at this point where your chances of becoming pregnant increase. Then after ovulation is when your estrogen levels start to drop, but your progesterone levels start to increase. Now, progesterone is a sedative hormone. So this is what makes you feel more tired, less energetic, and less motivated, and not so good in general. So it's because of this drop in estrogen and increase in progesterone that you feel less motivated during the second half of your month. Now, as you can see here, estrogen starts to rise again. So there's another spike in estrogen, which causes a little boost in energy during the second half of week 3 in your cycle. So now we're going to take a look at how all of this, all these fluctuating hormones affect both your training and nutrition and how you can start working with them to optimize both of these things. Now that we know how our fluctuating hormones affect our mood throughout the month, let's first take a look at how this affects what type of food our body craves. So during the follicular phase, as you remember, estrogen is at its highest point. So estrogen acts as an appetite suppressant. So what this means is your body does not require as many calories throughout the first phase of the month as it does in the second. So another thing that estrogen does is that it increases your sensitivity to insulin. So insulin helps to control your blood sugar levels and helps you metabolize carbohydrates better. So you're able to use carbohydrates as fuel better throughout this time of the month, but your ability to burn fat has decreased. So research has shown that due to estrogen's appetite suppressing effects, that during the first half of the month, if you were to start a diet, this would be the best time to start because you're less likely to overeat, you're able to have smaller meal portions and opt for healthier food choices. You're able to stick to it. Not that I'm one to start a diet because I believe in making healthy lifestyle changes, but if you were to start a diet, this would be a good time of the month. So as you hit ovulation, your estrogen levels are still increased. So your ability to burn calories is still decreased, and you continue to metabolize carbohydrates better due to this high level of estrogen. And also, again, there's a decrease in fats. So during this time of the month, you typically feel less hungrier. You're able to continue to make healthier food choices because it's easier due to these higher levels in estrogen. As you enter the luteal phase, your progesterone levels increase. So your core temperature increases, which causes your metabolism to increase. So your body will require more calories during this part of the month, which is why you typically feel hungrier during this time. But your estrogen levels are decreasing. So what this means is you become more resistant to insulin. So you're not metabolizing carbs as efficiently. However, you start to use your fat storages more. So your fat utilization increases by up to 30%. You're going to want to watch out during this time of the month because you're going to be craving more carbs and sugary foods. But remember, you're not metabolizing carbs as efficiently as you were at the beginning, and this alters your blood sugar levels as well because of the drop in estrogen. So that's why they say it's easier to start a diet or change your nutrition habits at the beginning of the month because your body's able to control it better than it is at the end. One way to keep on making healthy meal and snack choices is to make sure that you're eating regularly and that you're answering your hunger pangs right when they begin. Because of the increase in progesterone and drop in estrogen, we're more sensitive to drops in blood sugar. So it makes it harder for us to control our mood this way. So by skipping meals or eating less, we're affecting the way we feel and we become more hangry. In terms of working out, I never really realized how adjusting my training schedule according to my menstrual cycle would make such a big difference. I always knew that my energy and motivation levels rose and dipped throughout the month, but I never really tied it back to my hormones. So I'm excited for you to try this out too, because you're going to see the difference that will make for you too. So like we saw with our moods, our high levels of estrogen cause us to feel more motivated and energetic during the follicular phase. So you're going to want to take advantage with that with your workouts, because it's at that point that you're going to want to work out, you want to get to the gym and push hard. The reason for this is because estrogen increases your pain tolerance. So that's why you're able to push harder in the gym. And also the fact that your body is metabolizing carbs better at this time. So you have an increase in energy. So this is the perfect time to get to the gym and do your hard workouts because you're going to have all this energy as long as you're not suffering from period cramps during your first week. So during this time, you'll want to keep your workouts high intensity, and you're also going to want to lift heavier. So you want high strength training. As you hit ovulation, remember that your estrogen levels are still high here. So that means you're still tolerant to pain, and you can stick with the high intensity and high strength training. You're also more coordinated and sharper during this time, so your reaction times are quicker as you're ovulating. However, depending on you, some women experience high anxiety and stress levels during this time. So what this means is you wouldn't want to put extra stress on your body by doing high intensity workouts. Instead, you'll want to opt for lower intensity workouts such as yoga, power walking, an easy jog, some mobility in order to stay active but not stress out your body too much. So really, during ovulation, it depends. So remember, as you enter your luteal phase, your progesterone is increasing and your estrogen is decreasing. So because of this increase in progesterone, which is your sedative hormone, you're going to feel more tired, moodier, and less motivated in general. And due to this decrease in estrogen, your body also feels weaker than usual and has more brain fog, which also negatively impacts your workouts. As we saw in nutrition, your body utilizes fat better during this time, so the same applies when you're exercising. So also because of the fact that your body's not using carbs as efficiently, it will tire out more quickly. So you're going to want to make sure that you're keeping your training intensity moderate. And same thing for your strength training. You're going to want to keep using lower weights and keep that intensity lower than during the first half of your cycle. So just to wrap everything up, remember that during your follicular phase, you metabolize carbs better and you feel more energetic. So this is the time where you're going to go hard in the gym, you're going to have the most energy and motivation. So you want to take advantage of that. So remember that you'll want to keep your intensity high, so think of things like sprinting, and you'll want to keep your strength training high too. So you'll want to think about using heavier weights and taking advantage of your strength during this time. And remember, during the luteal phase, you use fat storage easier, but you feel more tired, less motivated, less energetic. So you're going to want to make sure that you keep your training at a moderate intensity. And it would be even a good idea to add a deload week in your 4th week, so leading up to your period, because this is when your body needs rest. So just cutting back on your training by a bit, about 50%, you'll be able to give your body the rest that it needs. So I hope this helps give you more insight on how to adapt your training and nutrition according to your menstrual cycle. As you saw today, you could really work with your hormones in order to take advantage of the beginning of your cycle and be kinder to yourself at the end of the cycle when you're feeling more tired and less motivated. Now, if you have any questions at all, I know we went through a lot of stuff today, be sure to leave a comment below or reach out to me via email. I'll be happy to answer any questions or concerns that you may have. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for new videos posted every week, and I'll see you next time.